안지성으로 경고를 상대할 수가 없어.
동시안 실청 7번 팽낭청 정말 이길 수 있다고 생각하는 겁니까?
고구려의 시민이 우리 버렸어요. 모두 죽음으로 몰지 마십시오.
성주만 믿고 여기까지 왔습니다. 절대 약한 모습 보이시면 안 됩니다. 안시성 사람들, 저들을 지키기 위해 싸우자! 싸우자! 지성은 주지 않는다.
Welcome everybody to our fourth watch party. So happy to be here. So happy to see the battalion showing up, ladies and gentlemen. This is exciting, and I'm getting nervous and trying to do the best I can with this presentation and having a good time with you all. And this how watch parties go. You queue it up on your own device, and I have links below where to watch it. And if you have Prime Video, and if you subscribe to YouTube, you could see it for free. Yeah, that's cool. But you can rent it for $3 or $4, which I think is really worth it. And we're gonna have a really good time with this film. And we'll get into more details of it, little pleasantries before we get started. But I'm gonna bring in our wonderful special guests, and you already know these guys. You love them as I do. Trey and Super Corey of the Bat Channel.
Hey,
What's up?
Hey,
Corey,
hey.
that
everybody?
is cool.
Yeah, man. Kojay hooked me up with this awesome background for tonight's
Man,
awesome movie. So
The
looking
ones I was
forward to
gonna
it.
use, but
I'm
Look,
seeing all your guys' themes, so I gotta switch mine up now. Gotta
Oh,
blues.
yeah.
You guys got some blues going on, you know?
Ooh.
blues and pinks like Godzilla versus Kong. I've seen your post. You saw it. You say it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, man. You get me one?
Maybe. Don't ask questions.
I'm seeing it on Sunday afternoon.
Yes, I
I'm
can't
really
wait to talk to you guys about it. It's our spoiler review with spoiler-free review with the Wonder Wife is gonna be coming out tomorrow once I'm finished editing it. But I mean, it's just the news is out. I'm glad that the audience score, which is the only score that matters, is
Always.
extremely high. It's definitely going to be above 85%, probably by the end of its run. So I think that's always a good sign. And it broke the record for the MonsterVerse for the highest opening on preview night is what they call it. So Thursday it did. The last record holder for the MonsterVerse was Godzilla 2014, and that was $9.3 million, and apparently it did like right at 10 million for Thursday night. So it's a good sign. They're actually bumping the projections up now. They were originally thinking like 57 million, but now they're thinking maybe 65 plus. So
Thank you, Godzilla -1.
All
Saving
right.
Not saying that, not saying that Legendary can't hold their own, but you know the hype of Godzilla is alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
truly, dude. Yeah, I mean, no, this is not a Godzilla night, but we're seeing a very cool international movie. You've been killing it, Kojay, with all these good movies that we've been watching. And the funny part is like the moment we watched it together, it was like the movie kept popping up in different places. I saw it like show up on like Amazon as a suggested film.
Hey.
I saw it on YouTube that I could watch, and I was like, so at work I may have had it on, along with the gods, So I was like happy just like watching, listening to it while I was working away, and just some good movies, man. And watching that
I'm glad.
trailer again with you, I'm excited for this one. This one looks action packed and epic, and I dig it.
And like Godzilla -1, I actually rewatched it in black and white. I think it's even better that way. So if you have it on a hard copy, you could totally do that. So I'm glad to hear that, because the whole goal is to enjoy these films. They are top picks, my best picks, and knowing how much time I spent with you guys and the love of the battalion who is ever present, I feel it's something that you all would enjoy too. And before we get into pleasantries, let's get into the most pleasantry of showing who's here. Oracle's Clock Tower. Always love seeing you here.
Yeah, Oracle.
Beyond the Night, who hasn't missed a single watch party of mine yet. That's great. Trevor H as well. What's up? Joker's Wild. The battalion is just on fire. 9 Lives is here. And oh, thank you. It's a YouTube one. And Trevor H says this looks dope. I think we answered that question. Really excited. Going to see it tomorrow. Going to see it after church. Nice. And going to see it too. All right. Oh, look at this. We got Wayne Enterprises.
What's up, Wayne?
Ooh. I think, kaiju films are great to see with groups of people, because in retrospect, all the adventures involves groups of people.
I was surprised how well the theater was packed, but it definitely seems like it was groups, like it was like 5+ people, in like each group, like sitting around, and ages all around, from young to older to like, my generation. So it was cool to kind of see and like hear people like talk about it. Sometimes that's the fun part. Like after a movie's done, I always like to listen to the credits, and but some people like stick around in the theaters, and you can tell they're nerds because they're like talking about it. And it was just kind of fun to kind of sit there listening to the general reaction of GXK, and it's fairly positive as far as I can tell. I didn't hear, if anything, there's always preferences, right? Of like, oh, I wish they would have done this, but
sure.
For the most part, everyone was like, that was insane. I kept hearing the word insane, like wild, fun. And they're like, they were like, go harder. Like, I want them to go crazy the next one. I was like, I don't know how you get any crazier than this, but it's cool, man. And it'll be fun this is why I love these watch parties, because when we're with Kojay, he's already seen it, so he can kind of, give us some background, and also tell us about, the actors, the characters, the director. And then Corey and I, we react with you guys if you haven't seen it. It's like being in a movie theater.
Right. Huge shout out to the battalion for showing up. Absolutely. And Kojay has assured me that this movie is going to be a million times better than Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
I haven't seen Blood and Honey, but the fact that it's not,
looking out for my girl Oracle, gore wise, how are we doing in this movie? Is it pretty gory or not?
I would say along the line of Gladiator gory.
Okay.
Oh, but see, to me, that's like
looking out for Oracle.
Tasteful gory, because
it's not like Evil Dead where blood's coming out of the picture frame and just showering on ash. It's like, or you like cut a finger, it's like
being done to be gross, just to be grotesque and just obnoxious, and it's going out crazy with it, then I have a problem with it, like Oracle did.
But, Oracle, if you want a good laugh, definitely watch like the last 30 minutes or so when Trey starts talking about the movie.
I blame that was the bottle, but also your heart. But also, even in you're still kind with harsh criticism.
Trey was Trey did have some drinks that night, but I would say he was still fairly he was still. He definitely said some things a little bit more colorfully, but he would have been pretty colorful no matter what. We were already kind of worried about that movie from the get-go. So, but man,
I was too.
we
But
never have to worry about it when we come to Kojay's stream.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So speaking of which, let's talk about this movie. So I was going to have a whole graphic, but I ran out of time. But I'll just read the premise. The Great Battle is a historical film about the siege of Ansi Fortress and the epic 88-day battle that Yang Munchen, he's the general in charge, and his Goguryeo troops fought against 500,000 invading Tang Dynasty soldiers to defend it. In the movie, the Tang Dynasty attacks Ansi Fortress to take over the land of Goguryeo, and that's an older kingdom of South Korea, for land expansion, because you have China, and then this is around the border of all these fortresses, for their land and theirs. So while the Tang Dynasty sought to make troops of Yang Munchen surrender by issuing artillery weapons, Ansi Fortress defends and to their dying breath or whatever. So expect action along the lines of Lord of the Rings, gore like Wolfgang Petersen's Troy with Brad Pitt, and Gladiator. It's along those things.
Dude,
and
this is historical?
Yeah, it's historical.
Whoa.
Just as 300 was, kind of.
Awesome.
And but 300 was based off of historical, and they switched things up. This didn't switch some things up, but there are some historical critics who don't like some of the liberties they take of the characters. But there's always going to be that. I've even heard that with Braveheart. So let's get into introducing the heroes, and we'll get started with the film. So we have our hero here, Jo In-sung, who is the actor playing General Yang Munchen, and his weapons is bow and arrow. This guy is a Robin Hood. Usually the main heroes have swords and shields, but this guy is Archer Supreme, Legolas, Green Arrow style, what have you. And his secondary is sword and dagger. He's won 20 acting awards. He is starring in Hulu's South Korean series called Moving, which other actors we've seen in other credits of this are also in. He's also in Smugglers, where he got Best Actor for that. Escape from Mogadishu. The Wind Blows series. That's a romance. There's a lot of romances these people are involved in. So I have some of those lined up as well. We're not just always fighting here. The King, which he got awards on. It's Okay, That's Love, 2014. A Frozen Flower, which is also Swords and Shields movie. And Piano, the series. So he's the guy, Munchen. He's in charge of, he's a general in charge of NC Fortress, which also protects a village of people. Now, our second key character is Samuel, played by Nam Joo-hyuk. His primary weapons is a sword and a dagger. He's won 7 acting awards, 4 for his performance in The Great Battle. You can see him in The Vigilante, Josie, The Bride of Heba series, Moon Lovers, Scarlet Heart Ryu series, and Who Are You? School 2015, another series. He's a model turned actor, same with our lead. And here's a heartthrob of mine, Kim Seo-hyun as Baek-ah. She is the sister of our general, and she is in charge of the ladies warrior task force. Yep, women fight too.
Really?
And I love that. And her brigade of women, they all have crossbows and swords and other weapons of their choice.
Wow. So this is like after Mulan.
Maybe before. I have to look at the history of it. But in other countries, they're not shy of having women warriors. And she's won 3 awards, mostly for 2 for popularity and rising star. And she is a member of the group AOA, a K-pop group. I will play a clip for her later because she's my favorite member of that group. My heart's beating. I love her. She's wonderful. She could sing, she could dance, and she can act. And today we're going to see her fight. You can see her in the Summer Strikes series, Awaken series, My Country, the New Age series. A lot of TV she does. Gangnam, 1970, it was a drama. Orange Marmalade, which she is also well known for, and Ugly Alert series. Now, moving on, we have the right-hand man of Menchun, Chu Si-ju, which is played by Bae Sung-woo. His weapons are the spear, more like a bow staff. Then his secondary weapon is a sword. He's won 3 acting awards, 1 for Best Supporting Actor for The Great Battle. He's in Road to Boston, a new movie. Well, it came out last year, but that's also starring our Guardian from our main Guardian from Along with the Gods, who is the lead of Road to Boston. Beast Clawing at the Straws, Live, the series. The King, which is another great film. He got Best Supporting Actor for that as well. You're going to see other actors in this film who also were in The King. The Veteran, which is a classic. Office, and Way Back Home, a good drama. Now we have Park Byung-in as Pung. His primary weapon is sword, only sword. He's a specific swordsman. He's an elegant style, and he's all about being neat and tidy. You can see him in The Citizen of Kind, Hulu's Moving series, which is an action comic book series. They released the English dub, as you know me. I hate English dub. He's also in The Moon, which I was having high expectations for, but it got middle scores. But I'm going to see what's going on. Netflix Kingdom, Ashen of the North, prequel movie to Netflix Kingdom series, which I adore. Zombie period setting film. He's also in Assassination, Yellow Sea, and Breathless. Now we come to our I'll save him for last, sorry. And then we have one of our other generals, Ode Hwan, as Haibo. His primary weapon is dual wielding axes. He's won 2 acting awards. He's been in May I Help You series, Once Again series, Life on Mars series, Defendant series, a lot of TV. He's also in The King, The Veteran, Flu, and Guam Hyo Jun series, which is very, very beloved. And also we have Im Tae-gu as Paso. Now, this is another general. His primary weapons are the spear and sword and bow and arrow. He is kind of not a master of them all, but he's good at all 3. He is the captain of the cavalry of the army defending Ansi Fortress. He's won 3 acting awards, 2 for The Age of Shadows, which is, I think, his best work. Faith, which is a short film. He's in My Punch Drunk Boxer, which we've seen other actors in. A Taxi Driver, fantastic drama. The Age of Shadows. Oh, I have Age of Shadows up there twice. Woo. He's in Veteran, Commitment, which is also starring a K-pop actor as the lead. And I Saw the Devil. I'm saving that for October. That is a cop thriller, shiver me timbers up your spine kind of thing. And then we have our main villain here, played by Park Sung-woong. Now, I don't know if they dubbed his voice in Mandarin, but the Mandarin they speak for the Chinese armies is like on point. So I don't know if they had an expert dub them or whatever, or they learned, but I was very impressed. Anyways, he's won Best Actor in the Killing Vote series. You can see him in Bloodhounds, a series, Snowdrop, which is a Disney K-drama starring Jisoo from Blackpink. So I had to see that. Life on Mars series, Remember, War of the Sun series, Office, New World. New World is great. That's a huge mafia movie. Crime and all that. Glory Jane series, Sunflower, and Shadowless Sword, which is definitely going to be on our watch party list. And that is of a swordswoman who is a lead, and she's just a badass, saving the day and everything. And as I'm seeing this, I totally forgot to add one more note. So yeah, those are the key characters that we got going on. I have one more to add, but what are your first impressions while I do this real quick of the trailer?
You know, one of the movies that I kind of just in terms of how it was shot a little bit and you know, the armor and kind of the vibes I'm just getting from it is and it's one of my favorite movies. I know it didn't get a lot of love in the theaters. It is often I don't know. I think people still talk crap about it, but the Last Samurai with Tom Cruise.
Oh, fantastic film.
I'm hoping that the score kind of does it for me with this movie, because The Last Samurai is like one of Hans Zimmer's best, in my
Mm.
opinion.
Oh, I agree. I love that soundtrack so much. I've
I
written a whole
can listen all day.
story of my own just listening to that one and another one.
I think I remember you telling me that on a backstage, when we were just hanging out.
Mm.
That'd be cool to hear, like, while like kind of doing like a one of those old like radio talk shows, where they would have like the music in the back, like War of the Worlds kind of thing.
Yeah,
Listening
yeah.
to it, that'd be dope.
I am down for that. How about you, Super Corey? What'd you think of the trailer?
Yeah, man, I'm getting pretty pumped for this. I'm all about historical films. Even if they take some, creative courtesies to it, like 300, there was a lot of crazy stuff that they added that isn't
Yeah.
historically correct. But it was still a great film, and definitely vibes, like Trey said, Last Samurai, 300. Definitely curious about the women fighters as well, because I didn't think that was allowed. I thought it was. I'm familiar with the Mulan story, so I was like, oh, women fighters. That's going to be an interesting touch to it. So, yeah, it was. I'm looking forward to see where it goes. I think I'm going to be Team Emperor. He looks super cool. I liked how he looked, for sure. So we'll see what happens. But this guy right here too. I can't remember what you said his name was.
Oh,
Was
Mansion.
Yeah, he looked awesome. And then I also liked the axe guy as well.
He's very, very lovable. That is for
Mm.
sure. All right, I got the two things I didn't get to upload real quick. Here we go. Another key character, Jung Eun Chae as Shimi. She is a young Mei, which is a spirit medium. Now, this is in the time in ancient times where they were polytheistic and they have a bunch of gods, and they're very shaman based, like if I was to compare it to anything. And we've already gotten a taste of what their folklore of the olden times was along with the gods. So she's like a priestess of all that, and she kind of does more fortune telling, seeing the future kind of stuff, and readings. And she gets captured by our villain right here early on. And I'll give you guys a quick premise of the story too. But yeah, she's won 6 Best Actor awards for Nobody's Daughter Heywan in 2013. She's you can see her in Someone You Loved, Apple TV series Pachinko. She's in 3 episodes of that, which I hear is doing very, very well. Anna the series, Return series. She's also in The King, Sun the Guest series, which Someone in Along with the Gods was in, and The Fatal Encounter is what she's known. Now we have our director, Kim Hwang-sik. He is also the writer. This story is written by 3 people. He's one of them. And he got 2019 Obscura Film Festival Awards for Best Feature Film, The Great Battle. And he's directed The Tabloid Truth and also wrote that. My Dear Desperado, he also wrote and directed that. And Hugo, he was only the writer. So he's got a small resume, but doing The Great Battle is pretty good under his belt. Now, the story opens up with a battle where they're fighting the Tang army, and our hero Mention, he decides not to take place in the battle, and he's labeled as a traitor. And the enemies win, and then Samuel is sent on a mission to go and kill Mention and assassinate him in some way, to get close to him and assassinate him for being a traitor. And after that battle, Shimi is captured by the Tang Emperor. And then that's pretty much the setting of our story. Okay, so we'll get to some comments, and then we'll get it all super set up, because I heard someone had a question here. I have to know, did I need a Kleenex box? Is this another damn it Kojay? 50-50, honestly. I want to pick something more uplight.
I feel like if you're going to see Kojay's stream, we're going to need some tips.
Do it.
Yeah. Let's get your hydration and all that stuff, and it should be good. And
somebody, of course, going to have to die. Yes, Trey.
Oh, how can I make a Mulan joke? All
I love
right.
that.
Mulan is one of my favorites. I've actually seen the old 2005 Mulan live action movie, which was
What?
really,
They
really
made
good.
a 2005 live action?
Yeah, it was a
Mulan?
long time ago. I thought it was
Before
really
Disney
good.
did their
Yeah,
Mulan?
before Disney did their over the top one. It's
Whoa.
really, really good. I'll add that on my list too, because that's hard to
Man,
find.
that song is such a great song.
It is. The whole movie is fantastic. So, real quick, if anyone, because I was kind of late on this, if anyone wants to know where to watch the Great Battle, this is the list of the things, unless you already have it set up. Now, the issue with free, they have commercials, and you just have to pause the stream and then unpause it when the commercial is done. But Prime Video, that's a good one. A lot of us have Prime because we like watching series. That one's good too, because it's available for free. Also, YouTube has it available for not on this device, but yeah, it's available for free. But also, I always rent films in $3 or $4 because I just like the quality of that. But yeah, I also have links below for where we can all enjoy it. So
Nice.
you all in the chat, let me know that you're ready, and I'm going to get us ready. We're at the 0 mark. I'm going to do the retro nerd girl thing here to get us set up, and I'm excited.
Me too.
And I'm getting this queued up. All right, I am at the 0. Are you all ready? Ooh, I'm getting a bunch of readies. I'm excited for you all.
Yes.
Corey is ready.
Who's always ready?
Ooh, yeah, I dig it. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we're all ready, and I'm excited. So we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, play. Bam! Super Sentai punch from Corey. Always.
Wow.
Let's get the glare out of there. Here we are.
I'll go USA.
I have to say, fantasy swords and shield movies are like one of my favorite genres.
Earn these shield boys.
Hey, glad to see you here, bro. We just started, as you can see. You could join in.
Yo, integrity.
What's up, buddy?
And make these for replay value, so you could enjoy these at any time, really. But it's better to be here in real time because you get to interact and be part of it. Oh,
Right.
I was reading it. I gotta show it. Trey, you also notice some of the music they have like modern sounds, like little electric guitars too, every now and then.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Spears.
That's where we all done.
Nice. Arrow. That's a cool shot.
Mm.
What you had to say? We'll point in the street. These guys don't care. They're like, we're going to fight in the sun. Oh
Uh-huh.
boy, crossbows as well. Whoa, not the horse.
Oh,
Oh.
nice. Yes.
So the ones with the red flags and the red tassels, that's the Chinese army.
Which shot are we rooting for?
Yo Group, Korea. They're the defenders and the Tang Emperor. Oh, you see the Immortals?
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
was literally
Immortals.
about to say that. Immortals.
Yeah, these guys are the invaders.
Okay, this is China.
And those are the good guys.
Oh, dude, they have some Viking style helmets. I dig it.
Ooh.
Yeah. He knows he has the numbers.
I will look it up for you right now. I was gonna save it for later, but why not?
Oh,
Ooh. Awesome.
yes.
Hmm.
Victory or Valor.
So the budget for this movie was 19.2 million.
Yeah. That dude's the Sag.
Yeah.
What's up, Bill Blurred? Oh, just brutal. What's
Ooh.
up,
Not
Tim?
the horse. Damn. Oh boy. Whoa. Almost got trampled on.
Mm.
Not the horse.
Yeah, that's a tragedy with having horses, war
Makes me
horses.
so sad for the war horses.
Mm.
I want a horse.
In my fantasy world, I would like a big tiger to ride like a He-Man.
Okay, if we're
Dude,
talking
that's
fantasy.
dope.
That's like
We're
my
talking-
dream.
We're talking fantasy world. I'd probably ride either like a grizzly bear or a moose.
Ooh.
Like in Mulan with the panda. I have orders from the general.
Hmm.
Oh, they got to retreat.
Retreat Hell.
He's okay.
Mm.
He's gonna be 100% fine.
He just nicked his ear, right?
Yeah, he's not at all dead. It's only Zack Snyder that kills off people.
Well, he's not okay.
Oh,
I think this director's a Zack Snyder fan, though.
based on that shot, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Wow.
Already.
Oui.
Already.
Oui.
Beautiful.
Oh, that music.
Do it.
Mm.
Yep. Yep, this dude's totally a Zack Snyder fan. You were spot on. Even the color tones.
Yep.
Mm.
When did this movie come out again?
2017 or 18.
So totally 300 was there, and
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of these movies are holding it over until I was
Gladiator.
waiting for Snyder Cut, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, yo, Blurred, I'm doing good. Hopefully you can watch the movie with us, man. I put all the links in there. Be honored to have you on the show one day.
Ooh,
Everyone like and subscribe to Ill Blurred Matic.
done. I'll do it.
Appreciate it. Just released a review for the Miles Morales short.
Ooh. I still need to watch that.
Mm. So they captured her.
Obsidian Sweet.
Thank you, guys. And lady.
I want to know obsidian knife or spear someday.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
A little blade just to skin my mangoes.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's gonna hurt you.
Mm. I heard a little violin in the soundtrack. I was hoping it would go further. Very true. I think the humbled artist expresses the most. All right, I do not like collective punishment.
Right?
Much love, bro. You gave him a look like Caesar from Planet of the Apes, like, you know?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
With BSS.
Falasteen.
Mhm. Mm. So in Lord of the Rings, they traveled to the left to right as story passing. So left to right to left might be the same thing. But either way, he's going back home because he's
That's
from
how they
Annecy.
read, right? Don't they read right to left or something like that?
In Korea, I'm not sure. I know Japanese do. I know Arabic does.
Hmm.
Because I was just learning the language by speaking, not reading, not yet. Mm. Joker's wild.
Yeah, move that ass indeed.
I like things when things are literal.
Yeah, right?
Ooh.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I ate them already. They're delicious. Get some brisket barbecue baked beans.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
The easy way.
So you'll see there's this huge mountain covering most of the area, and Unsea Fortress is the little bit right beneath it. There you go.
Hmm.
So
Where
it's
was it
difficult to
shot?
go on the terrain. This was the location was out in some countryside
Hmm.
in South Korea, I believe. I have to look into it.
It's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
This guy's a great actor too. His mom has a bit of dementia going on.
Hmm.
Oh, almost got a table broken. EC dub.
Man, they're making some duck back there, bro.
Oh.
Hmm.
You'll see those two guys kind of remind me of, like, you know how Legolas and Gimli didn't like each other at first.
Mm.
Right? That's thank you. Kamsamida. Kamsamida. Mm,
I was thinking the same Jokers.
right? Especially Samuel's journey. And we still haven't met Paso or his sister Becca. My beautiful Becca.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, he knows his sister's there. Mm, mm.
Ruh-roh indeed.
Now, Opa means big brother. I don't know why they subtitled mention. Actually, I do know why. They're catering to the dub, English dub. So she really saying big brother, it's not his name. Opa.
Ruh-roh.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I like his answer. I just want to put a few arrows in him. Mhm. I like that music in the background.
Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
There's the women's unit and the cavalry unit.
Tell my men to go back and grab the white flag.
Catapults.
That's cool. Just that shot felt
Mm.
like Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, with the
Right.
trolls pushing them, half expecting the riders of Rohirrim to show up.
Mm. Rohirrim. That little face on his helmet, that's like his symbol. And on the ram. More immortals.
Mm.
Mm.
Woo!
Resistance is futile.
Hmm.
Mm.
Oh,
Pillaging.
oh no. Uh,
Yowza. This is where we fight, boys.
There's quotes from occupational forces that they say that if they tell their soldiers they could rape women, it brings up morale. That's
Mm.
disgusting. I'm with you, Oracle, all the way. They may not be orcs, but these guys are monsters. They're forcing her to watch.
Sweet.
woo, dope.
I want to build one of those so bad.
Right?
What would you put in it?
Dude, you know, pumpkins, bro.
Pumpkin? Oh, that'd be
Pumpkin
fun.
chunkin'. Remember up in like northern Colorado, man?
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
just like launch like giant pumpkins as far as they can.
That'd be fun.
What about like a balloon with like
Well,
ectoplasm or something?
Mhm.
yeah, I was saying like water balloons and just
Oh, water balloons would be fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think like Hudson, Colorado had like the biggest like pumpkin chunkin' fest in the US. And they would make those trebuchets and just launch them.
Dude.
Mm. Okay. How much heavy artillery does this dude have? They couldn't have logged off all those
Enough.
rockets. Oh,
Mhm.
smart.
So it won't collapse. Yeah, if you can
Send
build
in
just a
the
mound
orcs.
of dirt, and put rocks around it, you should be good.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I just said send in the orcs.
Mm-hmm.
Arrow.
Send in the grunts. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, and threaten their own people. Pow pow. What's up, Zod? How you
That's some
doing, brother?
encouragement.
What's up, Zod?
Hey, Zod. Hope you guys' review went well earlier.
And the ones in the back said forward. Push him down. Push him over. Push him.
Like the game.
Yep.
Come on,
Let
just
him
kick
go
him
rough.
off, you know?
Push him.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, 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 boom. There we go.
Oh.
35.
36, 37. We can do better, guys.
A lot of people did.
That was
That's
a
where
cool
you need
shot.
oil.
Mm.
Exactly. That's all I
Oil
think
and
of burn
flames,
them.
man. Oh, what?
I think sweet.
Oh, man.
Oh.
I like it. It's cool. That's
And then you can
original.
pull it back up.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Reusable.
I wonder like how do we know how accurate their war technique is right now and their battle strategy? Was this
Um, kind of accurate because I saw this made a top 10 list of castle defense movies at
Okay.
number 8. So, because a lot of castles are built basically for defense, like you could have people break through the gates and then close it and then dump boiling water on people, or have things come down a little like chute, and then like a rock would. Like, have you ever seen The Messenger?
Yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Castle defenses like that. It's pretty cool. They have all kinds of stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, Zod, check it out. It's right here. The timestamp. Bam. Choo-choo. Doing the timestamp like Retro Nerd Girl.
Retro.
So it's 52
I
minutes,
need to message her.
7 seconds. Yeah, she came back with content.
Did she? Okay, I know she was taking a break for a little bit.
Oh, she's back at it. She's doing the Gargoyles reviews with Mama Bear.
Woo!
Glad to have you here, bro. Glad to have you here, bro. Oh,
Yep. There. That looks familiar.
like the style, but the choreography is all new.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Great.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd be fighting with the battle axes as well.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
It's actually not as gory as 300.
Yeah, 300 is very splattery. They also didn't have a lot of armor wearing.
Like, there's still some times when you've been in 300 where I like have to be like, one where he sticks the knife in the neck.
Oh yeah.
Boom. Hammer.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, speed ladders. I
Oh.
always like when they do that.
Oh, the crazy
Cool.
dude.
I would not want to be like that guy. Get shot in the face.
Right.
All right, let's I'm just gonna choose people for the top ladder. You, and you. Me, sir?
Not Johnny. I'm Johnny.
I'm Johnny.
This is how you move up in the world.
Do you want to get promoted? Yes, sir. I want to be promoted more than anything. Cool, you're on the top of the ladder. Not right now.
Hey, the sisters.
Yes.
Oh, there we
Nice.
go. Oh, wow.
That guy's a cool guy. I love
Cavalry.
the cavalry. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Corey, what was the game? There was a game when Xbox started where you could not only play a character in your army, but you could strategically attack him. Wasn't it like Kingdom Under Fire?
Something like that, yeah.
Huh. I don't know.
No,
I missed out on the first one. I got Xbox 360.
I'm not gonna lie, Zod, this movie is a lot more bearable than the one Batman put me through.
You guys are brave. I commend you.
Trey's taking a break from drinking for a full month now after that binge.
Yeah, I'm a little tired of Irish whiskey at the moment.
Dude, that's so dope. Mm.
Kingdom Under Fire, that's what it was called.
I heard of
That
it. I never got to play it.
it was honestly a way underrated video game.
That was a great game.
I'm surprised that like many games that have done the whole like battle strategy haven't like done that for it. Because like
Oh,
here's
You
one
haven't
thing.
played Chivalry though. Like the Chivalry kind of reminds me of it.
Was it? I haven't played that.
Chivalry.
Similar like gaming where it's not just strategizing, you're actually in the fight too.
I was gonna download it. Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay.
huh.
Because that's what I loved about that game is not only could you create the strategy and control your different units, archery, cavalry, soldiers, paladins, you could really be a battle architect, but you could
Mm.
also be the captain in your
Mhm.
small battalions or cavalries to be the one like actually fighting. And
And call shots in like real time.
yeah,
Nice.
because like when you would go to battle strategy mode, it would like go like an aerial view so you could like see what's going on in the army, and it would like your player would be AI for a little bit until you went back in and or him fighting again. It was so well done.
Wow. Mm.
They're winning today, but they won't win tomorrow.
Yep, take out as many as you can, boys.
Hopefully it's on Game Pass because Game Pass lets you download a whole bunch of older games. Gotta look it
I
up for Xbox.
I don't think it had a big enough following to kind of
Yeah.
make Xbox nowadays kind of give it a shot.
Oh,
I wish they would. I've sometimes considered buying it on Amazon for as much as it sells and playing it again.
Hey, they got them to retreat.
you know what that means? Time to send in the Immortals.
Yep. We're in for one wild night. Well, I say we stack up their bodies to fill in the wall.
Mm, exactly. Stand. Mm. Mm.
Mm.
I like that line too. Dang. He still doesn't trust him. Oh. Nightmare vision.
Mm.
Oh.
Huh. Mm. Mm. Oh yeah. Mm.
God, where's the white wizard when you need him?
I know, right?
God of the city.
Now that guy looks familiar. I keep trying to remember if he's the guy who killed Samuel's friend,
Mm.
going by with the spear.
Yeah, man. That'd be scary, dude.
Guguyo.
Mm.
He's like all offense.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So cool.
Hmm.
Mm. Whoa.
I love girl power.
Here we go. Yes.
Eee. Oh,
Mm.
this is sick.
Mm.
Oh,
Mm.
oh,
Mm.
this is like old school BBS. The original warehouse. Oh my God.
Oh, he stabbed that guy with 5 arrows. Oh.
Mm.
Oh. Oh, teamwork there. Mm.
That dude's nuts.
That's such a cool shot.
Mm.
That's dope. Mm.
You got them all.
Recover.
Did I count 7?
One, either 5 or 7, some odd number.
That's insane.
Oh, he's okay. Rip it out, buddy.
This is his moment. This is your moment. Make a decision, bruh.
Mm.
Whoa. 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 Nice.
Hmm.
Earned.
Oh, 6. You were close.
7 sounds better.
See, she didn't say commander. She said big brother. I hate those subtitles. Yo, what's up, my brother?
Dude,
Joe
Jeff, what's up,
Purdy.
dude?
My dog. This is the timestamp we're at with watching this amazing movie. You are a little bit behind, though. But you can go back to the beginning and start from there. Nada mucho, pero. Thank you. We tried, bro.
Because the
Oh, I like
invaders
that music.
care about this land.
Mm.
But I am a generous God, and I am kind.
Interesting you say that, Trevor.
What is?
Oh, he said this.
Oh no. Can I have a uniform?
I was literally just saying that. And one more thing, I want a uniform. God.
You'll
You
be
will be named
God.
warlord of all South Korea.
All he wanted was earth and water.
Well, you'll find plenty of both down there.
I like that. That's pretty awesome. This is Gyokuro. Oh, nice shot. Good look.
The general had no choice but to abandon his campaign. Oh, damn.
So they're going to outbuild him and then attack him.
Man, do they have to wear their helmets while they're digging?
Well,
It's only the
in case they get shot in the head with an arrow from NC Fortress, maybe. I don't know. That's harsh, man.
Keep him just busy enough.
Mm-hmm. Good call. You're going to see more of it, too. They were actually betrothed to each other before she became a shaman or priestess. See? We should have counted how many Snyder nods.
I just keep thinking in my head, like, what would a free man do?
Mm-hmm. Imagine if like Leonidas and mansions fought side by side. That'd be cool.
In that case, they probably would have won the war.
Yeah.
But if it weren't for those boy lovers or the thespians.
See, I bought more soldiers than you.
Hey, he's not backing down.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm telling you, they're winning. They got all the W's.
Wow.
That's insane, dude. 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
88 days.
Yeah, it was like, yeah. The immortals behind him. They're always next to him.
Embrace me as a god.
Good point, Oracle.
It's very interesting. You know, it makes me wonder because I mean the whole war of Troy, you know, when did that was that 10, 15 years?
Yeah,
That went down.
15-year war.
So it's like seeing how they're approaching the same situation. You know, the Trojans obviously believed they were safe behind their walls and they could outlast the Greek army, but we all know how that goes down, you know.
Mm.
And kind of the same mindset with Leonidas. I mean, his wall was essentially his superior force, you know, 300 men, and
In
just
that corridor.
yeah,
Thermopylae
just
Pass.
beating them down slowly, but over time, just hoping that you know the amount of loss that the other side would endure, they would kind of lose their motivation to continue fighting. So it's
Right.
this guy's not backing down. He's like, we'll build a bigger mountain.
Mm-hmm. So his plan is to attack the king's camp at night with his cavalry as fast as possible.
Cut the head of the snake.
Mm-hmm. That's the plan.
I hope he does. She sent a message with a arrow.
That's what it looked like. Because there was a red tassel next on the
Letting them know
arrowhead.
they're coming.
That's why when Trevor H said we just need a hunchback right when she was sent back, I was like, interesting timing.
Come on, you do it. You can do it. Keep it quiet as possible. I almost wonder if. Oh no. Oh, Miss Behind.
That's a good song.
Right?
Dude's looking like a damn porcupine with all those arrows in his back.
Yeah. It's a lot.
That's rough. It's amazing that he made it back.
You want to keep his word.
Dang. So did we kill her? It's going to be interesting. Dang. Traitor.
Mm.
Did it for him. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Had to be somebody else. Good job stepping up.
Yeah, he's loyal now, definitely.
Oh man. She's blood drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me tell you about these bolts.
Holy hell.
I am not a man. No,
Oh
not the
no.
horse.
Oh. Oh, you almost made it, girl.
Almost. She did good.
Come on, we're not done yet.
You got to leave the crossbow behind at this point. And that's going to take one more shot.
Yep, one more shot.
Yeah, one shot.
One shot.
One opportunity.
And she must see fire. It's a bit of both, brother.
All brave though.
Get it. Get it. Get it.
Let's scrape them.
Oh, we got the
Mm-hmm. We saw it.
Yeah. Good job, though. Now pull it in and
Yeah.
stab one more in the neck. You got it there. Just one more shot. One more shot.
Trying.
It's been
One
an
more.
honor to have died at your side.
It's been an honor to live beside yours.
She got close, man.
Yeah, she did.
Yep. Oh yeah. It's cruel, but it's a smart tactic, man.
Mm. Yeah. Well, she didn't wait.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
I love God rays in any shot in nature. You know, that was cool.
Dude, he's wearing white. He is Gandalf.
Yeah, I guess he uses that Shadowfax.
Right?
Mm. That's why I feel it's a combo like 300 and Lord of the Rings. You know,
Hmm.
in style and concept and situation
Uh,
performance.
now's not the time, brother, to fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, he lost his sister and his one of his right hand men.
Mm.
Oh.
You.
Mm. Go Gurio. Mm,
Interesting play.
yeah.
Ah. Mm.
I like that sound, that instrument. They have him in Australia and South America.
Yeah,
You
what
know
is
what I'm
that
talking
thing
about,
called,
Trey?
Trey?
That thing.
Oh,
Like right there.
Isn't that Mandalorian? That Mandalorian thing?
um, oh gosh, what's the composer's name? I'm totally Ludwig Göransson.
Mm,
It starts with a D. Didgeridoo, right? It's like a
mm.
didgeridoo theme, yeah.
Oh yes, the didgeridoo. That is right.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Let's go.
I just said, yes, the Bobber is right. That is correct, Trey.
The thingamabobber.
Sparta will fall.
Thank you, Trey.
I try.
That's why we come to you, you know.
I think one of my brother-in-laws actually has one from Australia.
Oh.
I can't recall from when Sarah's family lived in Australia for a little bit.
That's great.
Right? I agree.
Shit.
Mm.
Wow.
Dang, they still have so many.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. You're gonna have to sacrifice.
The
Mm.
needs of the few
Yep.
outweigh the needs. Needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few,
Mhm.
or the one.
I read that, and I got you got a little bit more out here now. No, I say hydrate, hydrate.
Mhm.
I'm with you, my sister.
Oh,
Oh, get back in there, tears, right?
I don't know. I feel like if they brought in like new wood or some rope real quick, try to light that on fire.
Hmm. How long would that take, though?
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yep.
But too many
Yeah.
variables.
In all honesty, for
But
the
like they're
amount of,
chopping down wood now too.
I feel like that
That's
would
gonna
be
take some
faster,
time.
though.
They kind of made a Death Star compared to their fortress.
Come on, keep going.
Like they still have a lot of wood to chop there still. Like especially where it is now, where they've cut into the wood.
Mm.
You're in the dry spot. Put oil on that now. Then burn it.
Yep, come on.
Mm. Ah, that was very punny. Joker's wild.
It's over. We have the high
Hmm.
ground.
It's like the theme. They all always have the high ground.
Yep.
Oh. Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Get him.
Mhm.
Wow.
Like 2 nights. Mhm.
Yeah, I bet.
Ooh.
Yep.
Shoot. Yeesh.
Oh, dang.
Oh. Oof. Wow.
Nice.
Mm.
Yes, we did. No,
Oh.
no, no. Ugh.
Nah, I'm enjoying it though.
Ruh-roh. Spears shall be shaken. Shield shall be splintered. A sword day, a red day. Ere the sun rises.
Dang, man, that eye is bleeding.
It's all pulsing out.
It is literally getting off right in Trey.
Like Gandalf, right?
Yeah.
In Two Towers.
With how similar this story is, it almost makes me wonder if J.R.R. Tolkien had researched it and like used it as inspiration.
Ah, with the fortress and the Two Towers.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised because the thing with him and the writer of Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, he felt things should be more realistic with fantasy, and she felt things should be more over the top, I think.
Mm.
Or how's it you? So if you're realistic, kind of draw from history more in real circumstances, I imagine. He's tired.
Yeah. He's like, I'd shake your head, but
I know it
completely
was.
I can't feel my arm.
I know he based a lot of his books on the World War One.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh. Interesting.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Dude, I kind of like pull the horse
Mm-hmm.
back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Nice.
There we go.
Hmm.
That was cool.
Audience is cheering. I'm glad. Holy crap. Oof. Oh, I should have played.
Is there a
Music's
name
good.
credit?
No. Here we are. Here we are. Another adventure.
Hmm.
it's a
Whew.
it's a goodie. There's a ton in there, dude, that yeah, like clearly you could see a lot of uh influences just in terms of like cinematography and cinematic languages
Mm.
and tones and styles. So there was Lord of the Rings, there is definitely 300, um Last Samurai vibes to it. Um it's one of those, because it's a historical event, it makes me curious to research it more to see how accurate they were about some things, especially with the battle
Yeah.
tactics, because I felt like even maybe just with what the director was doing, to have the one character wearing white, you know, if that was a reason. Like he was very intentional with
Oh,
that.
Samo, yeah,
Memo, yeah.
because he was riding back with the Royal Warriors. Because in the end of Two Towers, Gandalf's up there riding down with all
Yeah.
the
And,
riders of Rohan.
and I was kind of thinking about it with the Last Samurai. In that, the Ken Watanabe's character has a vision of a white tiger, um, like fighting back and like defending and kind of switching sides, I guess you could say, which is why it was interesting that he wore white, because just like how
Mm.
Tom Cruise's character in that movie, he starts off with the bad guys, the emperor side, and then seeing that how, you know, he's tasked with killing the samurai, like he, you know, gets captured and they kind of, you know, he learns their ways. You've seen Last Samurai, you know, and
Mm.
it just kind of a mirroring of that kind of storyline. So it also makes me wonder if they kind of, if Last Samurai took influence from this historical event. I mean, who knows how, you
Yeah,
know, accurate these characters are, but
or they took that to enhance the fantasy element of telling this, you know, thing that happened a
yeah,
long time ago.
very very well done film. And just I've told you guys, sacrifice and courage always gets me. That's
I'm
just
a
like
sucker for those things, and I think those
yeah,
movies compel me a lot too.
yeah.
Uh,
um it's a good movie, dude. You're 3 for 3 for me on you
hey,
know, these watch parties.
you gotta catch up with Man from Nowhere.
I do need to
Corey's
get on
here.
that.
Yeah,
Corey,
man.
so is it 4 for 4? Is he batting
Oh
1,000?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, batting
Oh,
1,000 right now. This is a cool one, man. I liked the historical vibes from it. I'm definitely curious to learn more about this great battle. Um,
mhm.
yeah, I'm curious. It definitely makes you wonder. Hopefully they kept the truth, and he did die of his wounds and everything like that. The emperor, and like it's not like just oh yeah, we're going to create our own ending because this, this ending doesn't,
Yeah.
work. So I'm definitely curious about the historical story and
Yeah.
Yeah.
themes of it all.
Well, it's also kind of funny because even in 300, Rise of the Empire, they talk about how Darius, who gets hit with
Mhm.
an arrow, retreats, and he tells his son Xerxes, like don't try to conquer Greece. Let
Mhm.
them be on their own. But it becomes like a challenge for the next one. So I don't know.
Well, China still, with Korea, it still messed with Korea after this. So,
Yeah.
like it's,
Yeah,
um,
over the years, it's on and off with China and Japan.
yeah.
That's why you see a lot of cultural stuff in South Korea. A lot has a bit of influence from Chinese and Japanese. Like, they have straight swords and they have katanas too in South
Mm.
Korea. So, very true.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. So, like you got to think North Korea and China and everything like that, and then you got South Korea. Um, it's like this has definitely impacted the world, for sure. The tactics were really cool. It was fun seeing that. This happened like what, like 600,
Some around that time, yeah.
700 AD.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They're lucky it happened when it did, because a couple hundred years later, China started playing around with some gunpowder. That's for sure. Some black powder.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Whenever there's a weapon advancement, someone kind of pushes some more to, see how
Exactly.
far they can get with it.
Exactly. The
Disgusting. But
boomsticks
yeah.
and everything that they would have had in the thousands and such like that. So it was cool seeing the use of their weapons that they had back then. The swords, the arrows, the axes were really sweet. The spears and shields. The immortals were really cool to see as well. There's just a lot of different cool aspects, and then it definitely felt like a story that we've seen before, with like some of the references, or not references, but like the vibes of 300 and Lord of the Rings and different things like that. And there's always going to be a heartbreak, like Hunchback, or Upham style
Betrayal.
vibes,
Yeah.
Betrayal,
Upham.
and everything like that as well. Like, man, like, because it makes you wonder, like, what happens if that that person who talked to
Betrayed.
the gods betrayed them,
Mm.
if she didn't give up hope on
Yeah.
the team. Like, what would have happened if the cavalry went out? Would they have got him that time? Man,
Always those traitor things, and I think that's why the Tang Emperor, he was forcing her to watch it from his perspective, just the onslaught, because she didn't get to see how they were behind the walls. I think he's trying to influence her vision and just her to be, scare her to be like, my way is the only way you're going to save these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the betrayal's always cut deep. That's for sure.
Especially in his case, I almost wish they gave us like a little flashback scene of kind of their story of how they were betrothed and how she chose. So that way it kind of made it
Cut
all
deeper.
the more heavier.
Yeah, because they mentioned it once, but they put a lot. This one like 2 hours and 12 minutes.
I mean, you know me though. I'm
Yeah,
more
yeah.
good with the
I'm all
direction.
about, I'm like, give me a 3-hour movie, baby. I'm with you there, man.
Yeah, and I could have, especially when a movie doesn't feel like 2 hours long, like this one didn't feel 2 hours long to me. To me, pacing was good. It had a lot of elements to it. It had the action. The action was solid, just all around. I think someone said in the chat, the battle strategies, with Beyond the Night. That was so cool to kind of watch and see them both kind of like work each other out. They were both like trying to one up each other with different ideas and kind of think on the spot, to adapt to like, well, how are we going to get past this? Like they thought this through. They made a wall that has dirt molded into it. So we're not going to get through that way. So let's make a bigger freaking mountain, that, and of course, having that ability to kind of like, well, okay, well, let's create their weak point. It truly is like an incredible, I think just even as like an art of war kind of film to watch and just see how the different generals and captains and everyone kind of kept the battle going. It's very much the David and Goliath, the 300 against the Persian army, Braveheart. It's always that how's the little guy beat someone like this. And one thing I always used to laugh at, not to bring up Star Wars, but I remember a lot of people being like, there's no way that like the Ewoks would beat the Empire. That's so silly. Like that's just George Lucas trying to be so kid friendly. But like what you're seeing is historically that's not an uncommon thing. There's always been a way that the little guys have been able to kind of use the great size of that army, this imposing force, to kind of use their strengths against them and form weaknesses, and kind of the thought process behind the big army is just, we're going to outlast them because I'm willing to kill all my soldiers to get the job done, and
like the Ewoks, like Unsea Fortress, they know their land better too.
Yeah, exactly. And use it to their advantage, right? And just like the Trojans did. And what you kind of learned is somehow there's always the weak point usually happens within, the small group. There's some form of betrayal or some form of just the one thing they ignore, that kind of gets through and breaks them apart a little bit. But it was nice to see with this particular moment, kind of the forgiveness of was he a general or was he an emperor of the reinforcements?
Well, he killed the king, so I think he was the acting replacement of the king.
Okay, so kind of like a Caesar, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So, I mean, to have that bit of, it would have been interesting to have seen kind of a moment between those two, reunited and kind of how that conversation would have gone
Yeah.
down.
Mm.
But I just think overall, like, just a very cool, incredible film that, like, wow, $19 million and they did all that for a
Mm.
battle movie. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's not easy to do. You know,
No.
a lot goes into that.
I definitely agree with what you said, Trey, about a few like minutes ago. How fighting in that your own backyard, it gave me those like Red Dawn
Mm,
vibes. Like when
Mm.
you're fighting in your own backyard, when you're fighting for your family, it just like it all hurts a little less and makes a little more sense. Like it was Red Dawnish there as well too. So it's always means a little more when you're fighting on your home turf and you're fighting for your family. So,
yeah.
Mm. Also, another cool thing is the leader was an archer. We don't really get much of that unless it's like Robin Hood, it's usually the handsome fellow or something, or some other character who's more limber and agile. But
Yeah.
he was that too. Like when
mhm.
that second wave of
Oh,
yes,
his
Nine Lives, I
like
agree.
warehouse scene, like,
Yeah, when the second wave with those towers, how he had
yes,
to run through and then get through the enemies and also keep his aim right when they were throwing that. I was like, oh, that was peak for me.
that was
That was
seriously
hell
a
of a sequence.
very cool scene. The only thing I could think that like maybe would have made it like even more intense, like if they almost, and I don't know how you do it and make it look cool all at the same time, especially with how crazy everything he had to do with protecting himself and
Mhm.
getting through the lines and hitting the arrows, but like doing a one shot, just like completely falling through, just
Oh
so it's just like
yeah.
you're in it with him, like point of view, and like because it was just like so crazy of what this guy was like able to do in this movie that like you're really like we're almost there, like we're go buddy go, like you got it, you're almost there. And who is the director of this movie?
uh dude, the guy didn't direct much stuff. Here we go. Kim Hoxie. He's only directed
Mm.
and written 3 movies. This being
Mm.
his third. Yugo in 1999, he wrote that one. So 2010, 2014, and then now this one 2018.
So this
Production
dude's
is
like
$2,018.
a Gareth Edwards like guy. He's very selective about what he does and when he does it.
Yeah, only
It
3
hit.
Mm.
films, and his third one
Interesting.
got an award.
Mm.
Oof.
I'll have to check out his other stuff because he has a good eye, you know.
Mm.
Um, and I think he has a really great way of telling an intense story that has, you know, it's tough to do with these types of war movies where you like create characters that you can really get behind, but also like create
Mm.
lighthearted moments, you know.
Mm.
And I
Yeah.
think the important way of doing that is to sometimes like not have any dialogue and you're having like there's scenes in the camp where they just got in
Mhm.
this intense scene and some people are reacting in different ways, right? Like some are like kind of just like, oh my God, like that was a hard day. Like there's a lot of weight on their shoulders and thinking
Mm.
about tomorrow. And then you got others who are living in the moment who are like, we're probably going to die tomorrow. Let's celebrate, and it's great to kind of like just do characters like I'm looking at this character, I'm looking at that character. They're not saying anything, but you're kind of seeing how everyone is handling the situation. And it adds like one of those scenes I love where like you don't need dialogue, you just need to pay attention, and observe through
Ooh,
storytelling, and I
well
love that.
said. Yeah,
Mm.
because I was about to add that this director had time to go hard in the battles, but times when there was peace and calmness,
Mm.
he was able to be gentle enough. Because even when
Yes.
Paso and Becca were having that moment before he went out on his like final
Mm.
mission, I noticed that he had the rack focused on one eye, the eye closer to the camera, And that's what you always do. It's where you get the distance to get the focus on their face, and you always do the eye close to the camera. But he did a wider lens to where their eyes were very in focus, and everything else was naturally blurry, almost like it was a romance Casablanca thing. Like he knew how to add like clouds and tenderness to such a warm moment he was gunning for, and he just focused on the actor's eyes and sincerity. And I love that.
And in a way, like that right there is just like a form of great like director storytelling, because like they are ignoring everything that's going. They're in a moment with each other across the room, and assuming they've been together for a while, they were able to say what they wanted to say to each other through their eyes. And I love, that's the stuff that I love, is that like when you can read eyes and you know what they're saying to each other, and it's sometimes that's even more powerful than saying I love you, you know.
So true.
Yeah.
Hey, Corey, how you feeling? By the way, chat, let us know your scores and what else you also thought about it while we crank out some final thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, they did. I hear what you're saying, Trey. They definitely did a good job with the body language, and I noticed that same thing in the scene as well, especially with the eyes as well. They were very, focused on that, and it was one of those like gut wrenching things, because you knew he was dead. You didn't know how he was going to die, but you knew he was dead. And he said he was coming back, but you knew he wasn't coming back. So, but it was still a very impactful moment that, they weren't saying too much. He knew what, was going to happen, and just, allowing the moment to not be clouded with words. And the reason I remember it is because, instead of reading, all these different words, I was able to watch those facial emotions and expressions and see the emotion. So it was really well done in that sense too, where, it gave me time to kind of really look at the scene as well, instead of reading what they were saying. So really, really, really well done. Very, like the graphics were pretty awesome too. Definitely
for 19 million. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for the CGI that they were doing, and some of the, you're obviously going to have some like chopped body limbs off and everything like that, with the just like the straight medievalness of all of this, but it was good, like everything looked legit, and I really ended up liking him as the leader of them, and just really liked how he led, and how he was constantly just in tune to everything that was going on, and how he thought of the plan, watching just the play of children, watching children play, he is what sparked the idea to defend his people. So, and take down that mountain. So, it's cool that he is so in tune with that as well. So he's able to pick up on those things and do it. I wish, man, I wish those guys made it out. That was hard.
Oh, though. Sorry, go ahead, Corey.
Especially we had so many people tough moments like that, and the self-sacrifice as well as and then when I thought of oh damn, if they would have chopped up a little bit of it and then tried burning it again, it probably would have worked. But in the heat of battle, you're just rushing to get it done, and it's cool that they were quick to do the job that they thought was needed, the only path forward.
Yeah, well, I mean, and to even set things up for some of those heavy moments, like the mom, the mom with dementia, to have her show up, it was such a small little thing that you're almost kind of oh, I mean, that's just trying to show that our leader is a really good guy, and he's always trying to help his citizens, his community in some way. But to have it be like a callback almost to like, let's make this moment a little heavier, a little rougher.
Because she's wandering around all the time.
Yeah. It just goes to show that there was a lot of attention to details and a lot of payoffs. There weren't nothing was done just to add minutes to the film. It was all intentional, and like even Corey said with the leader, doing a great job of setting up. You think you're going to follow. Oh God, I'm spacing. Samuel. To set him up, it almost seems like he was going to be the main character in a way. And I know you kind of went through everything, but as you're watching the movie, you're kind of like, okay, we're following this guy, and to have him start off this adventure where he's being tasked by his, commanding officer and his commander, and he's telling him like, hey, there's a traitor, I need you to take him out, and he's on this nightly quest to achieve his lord's wishes. But then you're thinking like, okay, well, this dude that he's after, he's clearly a bad guy, he's a traitor, he betrayed his leader, he was a coward. And then you see the guy, and it's like you immediately can get behind this dude. They're showing you every reason why this character that you are Sawmill, why he's conflicted with his choice. Like he doesn't want to do it. And I just love creating the tension with that, where like the guy knew, he knew what he was there for, and gave him every opportunity to do it, because almost in a way it was like he had the faith to know that he was not going to be able to achieve it, that he was going to bring him on his side. Like he had to give him every opportunity so that he would realize he was on the wrong side, and that's like very powerful. And like, it just, once again, great, like leadership character, just something you can really rally behind. And I loved it. It was good. It's good.
Yeah, and I also noticed more I watch it that mention his belief of never surrendering, never retreat. Understand more why he didn't join forces on the open battlefield, because he would not retreat, and it would be because on the open battlefield with those forces, you can't narrow down their like numbers in a tight spot like that 300 logic as NC Fortress could do. So if they would go all out and they said retreat, he wouldn't, because he doesn't believe in retreating. So he just didn't go to the fight, because then that would be a loss. So I understand his standpoint, and also the fact that he sees that holding the fortress is protecting the country and saving the people. So,
and in a way he did, right?
They retreated after getting all the other big fortresses down. And I love the music, the mix of modern, because even that instrument you helped to say that I totally forgot about, the Australian like one. Like, like they added a like an what is it? Distortion to it, like they would do to electric guitar, even the little parts. I noticed on some instruments they added like a little electronic synth, or just to amp it up and make it a little modern, like, because even 300 had electric guitars and stuff in there.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's part of what made 300 just like such a testosterone like epic film that everyone was just like leaving the theater feeling like they could run a mile or something.
Every time I saw 300, I always want to do two things: hit the gym or play a lot of video games that had action.
Right. Oftentimes when I do work out, I listen to the 300 soundtrack, because it just kind of gets you in the zone. It goes like, I'm so Sparta.
So good. So let's go through. Let me know you guys' score after we hear from the battalion. Let's see. Oracle's Clock Tower gives it a 9.7. Beyond the Night, 9.5. By the way, that's my score too. I give it 9.5. 9.6 I bounce between. And speaking of 9.6, Joker's Wild also gives 9.6.
Nice.
9 Lives, 9.8. There we go.
Ooh.
I love our sister's input. Trevor H, 9.4. But no, he's just kidding. 9.5. And Wayne Enterprises gives 9.6 out of 10 or 96 out of 10. He loved it that much. And yeah. So I give it like 9.5, 9.6. I fluctuate. My only reasoning is I do want a little bit more in between characters. I just want more. But as it is, it's great. So that's the score I give it. If it had more, for me, it would be perfection. Like I would go 20 minutes more.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they could have. I mean, I would have been happy with 20 minutes more. And I think
I don't think it would have broke it at all. Honestly.
I don't think it would have either. If anything, I think it just would have made even more scenes even tougher. Like, I don't think they needed to add any more war battle scenes because they nailed those. I didn't feel like I needed any longer than that. But just like, as I was talking about earlier, like it would have been interesting to see the commander and the
Bless you.
Caesar like guy, the general, kind of meet back up and kind of where did they go with their relationship, because clearly he wanted the guy dead. But yeah, I mean, yes, he does send the reinforcements, but there could be kind of different motives behind that other than having respect for the guy, so that's why I would have been curious of what that conversation was like after the battle.
Yeah.
But then again, it's kind of like when you think about general audiences, right? Like they talked about it with Jaws. Like Jaws, I can't remember how the original ending was, but it essentially is just the shark kind of gets shot and dies. There's not it's not a big explosion. And the audience kept saying like, no, dude, you need to have it be a big explosion because the audience needs like a hoorah, like, yes, we got it. We won the day. And you do need that, right? Like, even though it might not be historically accurate or how it scientifically accurate,
right.
To give the audience a bit of that celebratory win is important. So maybe they didn't want to add that kind of complexity that was kind of like, okay, we already took you through this big battle. Let's give you guys, a time to kind of relax.
Right, because then obviously 300, they ultimately all died. Leonidas was killed and everything like that, but they made it look so glorious, and
they did.
That looked like they made it look like they won.
Exactly, because I mean, 15 years later, the Greeks reunite and kind of take out the Persian army and force them to retreat. But when you think about it, the 300 movie about Thermopylae Pass does not end well. It's not a victory story unless if you think of the long run, so you could see if Zach just ended it there, like, hey, Leonidas and his 300 Spartans die. That's the end of the movie. Sad.
But I think you do have to look at the long run, though. Too.
Yeah. But yeah, I think, sorry, we were giving scores, weren't we? I went off on a tangent there. I guess to explain the reason why I'm giving my score, I agree. I think it's masterpiece level. There was a lot of great things happening. Acting, cinematography, absolutely. The battle tactics, I always love. Courage, sacrifice, being tastefully violent, like not being gross, just to
what you mean,
but to be realistic, especially after seeing another movie with another friend of our channels.
God bless Batman.
Yeah. I'm going to say I'm in between like 9.5, 9.6. I'm in that area.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. I agree with you, Kojay.
My man.
Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, that would have been cool to see, like, at the end, for sure. But I think they did such a good job with the slow moments of the movie and character development that yeah, I would have, would 20 minutes extra be awesome because it was a great movie? Yeah, absolutely. But rating the movie as it is, there were still tons of characters that we cared about and that like we were tearing up over, and
Yeah.
they may have not been big parts of the movie either, like you felt bad for, a lot of people that you didn't see. You felt bad for his mom and him going into the cave. You felt bad for a lot of different things. So like I think they did really well. They utilized the time very well of developing characters during the slowness in between all the chaos that ensured. The fighting that was fantastic. Like you said, Trey, right amount of, violence and gore. It wasn't just like a bunch of it. And in some ways, maybe maybe 300 definitely, like there's times where like I'm holding my neck and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's moments when it got a little grotesque, even with 300. But this,
for sure,
this felt like Lord of the Rings, or We Are Soldiers, or Saving Private Ryan, where it was realistic, gore. Whereas like, yeah, there was arms being chopped off during this, or legs and limbs and heads and stuff like that. Like, it's not like your typical PG-13 film where like, or like what they did with Justice League when they cut it down to their version, and Steppenwolf slicing all these Amazons up and you don't see anything. And it's like, that's not how that would go down. What would go down is what we saw in Zack Snyder's Justice League, where he's slicing them up and blood is splattering. It's tasteful violence because it's realistic violence, and they don't shy away from that. And I think if you're going to do a war movie, you shouldn't shy away from it, because people who have been in war know when you're full of shit, and you're just making kid friendly, or when you're, showing real stuff. And I to me, it felt realistic as possible. I think they paid enough attention to detail and they didn't try to shy away from it. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, I definitely like. It's definitely piqued my curiosity about the Great Battle. Like, I will go and read up more about it. I'll go look into it more. And definitely curious about like the more of the historical side of things. Like, I think this was a great film to open up people's curiosity about the actual historical events, kind of like what 300 did as well. So like we know that there weren't big giant dinosaur size elephants coming through and stuff like that. But
sorry I just want to interject one thing to there, Corey, because I think there's something to that, is like the legends, right, of like how people would talk about that battle. They always would make it larger than life, to tell a story. And that's what was happening in that 300 movie. And in a way, they kind of did it a little bit with this too, because that's how big the mound was, and how big the towers that they made. It's kind of larger than life in the sense of telling a story. But I think there's something cool about that, Sorry, interrupted
and
you.
Adds the emotion to the intensity of being there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Where it happening.
So I would say that I like this much, just about up there with Along with the Gods level. I think I'm going to give it a 9.7.
Oh, nice.
I like when movies that have like some historical vibes to it. Exactly. Beyond the Night. Let Super Bro talk, Trey.
Shut your mouth and know your damn role.
No, so like, yeah, I liked it a lot. Definitely curious about the actual historical events now, and we'll be looking into it more. Really liked the main, leader. I dug him quite a bit. I liked how he led, and it was a fun watch for sure.
I'm glad, because I hope you all enjoy it as I do. That's why I like sharing these things because then it's like
Ain't that the truth, Trevor?
everything expands, in enjoyment and stuff. Because we've watched a lot of stuff together, and we kind of get an idea what we like. It's like, oh, I think you'll like this entree or something like that. So
Yeah.
I'm very glad because then introducing movies that we love or stories that we love, it kind of you get to relive it again. And so it's a gift for me too to hear you guys enjoy it as much as well.
Once
So,
again, it's a movie.
you.
Yeah, I'm going to cut you off now, Trey. Once again, this is a movie that I never would have watched without your recommendation and your invitation to be here today, Kojay. So I appreciate you for showing us this, man.
Hey, thank you.
I will say,
And the other thing that I think is really cool.
I'm impressed.
The thing that I think that's cool is how cool you are, Kojay. You're just a cool dude.
Thanks.
Hey, Corey.
Unlike my brother Trey, he keeps interrupting me.
Having some BVS going on here.
Oh my gosh. What the hell was I even going to say now?
Nobody cares.
Oh,
No, I care. What were you going to say?
I don't remember.
Wow.
I've seen the movies. Wouldn't have seen.
Oh, now there we go. Thank you, Kojay. I was gonna say
that was a really good job, Kojay. Really good.
I'm impressed because I never thought like when I had like subtitle movies, like they're all Godzilla. Like all of my subtitle movies that I own are Godzilla Toho films. And I don't think I ever thought in my mind that I would ever bother with any other subtitle movies. And the fact that I'm like, I actually want to purchase Along with the Gods. I want to purchase this movie, The Great Battle, and have it so I can watch it again. Like that's
especially in black and white. Turn your TV down. Oh, it's so good.
I'll have to, I bet that's super cool in black and white. I'll have to check that out.
Or I'll try and make a version and then I'll put it on Dropbox so y'all to download.
I've said it before. I don't watch subtitle movies, so
yeah, you did.
Expanding my horizon.
Oh, I'm glad. Because I'm sorry if I'm cutting off everybody now, but I think it's great because these are actors and their performances, their voice is half of everything they're giving us, and I just feel why would you take that away? Because then I feel like you're missing out, really. Because it's like, a certain handful of people doing the same voice acting, the same monotone way on everything.
Yeah. Well, it was like that one time, like Godzilla 2000. I only ever had the English dubbed version, and that was the only version I ever saw. So, like, I've seen that movie like 20 times, more than 20 times. I've seen it many, many, many times. And when they re-released it in theaters, I think Fathom Events did a Godzilla Day, go see Godzilla 2000. I went to go watch it, and I was like, I've seen this movie a million times. And I sat down, and all of a sudden they started talking in, Japanese, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, this is that version that I've never seen. And it was so cool to see it that way because it was like, I got to experience the movie for the first time again because it was very different from the American version. Like you said, the actors' performances, it always seems like whenever there's an English dub of a Godzilla movie, they kind of do silly voices and like say things that make them seem childish and silly. And the Japanese version was actually far more serious and had a lot more weight to it, especially because of their performances. So seeing this, I'm glad. I don't know if there's an English dub version of this movie.
There is.
Is there? I'm glad I didn't see that first, and I got to see this first. Because I think their performances would have hurt. Because of just how the English dubbing works.
I make fun of the dubbed version. It's not. It's just like I always find a thing about it that just doesn't look natural, and it really takes me out of the movie. It's like it's why I don't do, like it's why I and maybe that's been my issue with subtitle movies and that type of stuff, because I've always seen like the dubbed versions like Trey showed, and it's like here's like a very impactful scene, like people is crying, and like his mouth and lips are still moving, and like,
or they stop
like,
moving and the dialogue is still carrying on a little bit.
Exactly. It's just unnatural and awkward, and I embrace those awkward situations, and that makes it even funnier to me. Like it's like
or when
really.
they do try to match their syllables in their mouth moving, and they make weird like
they do that,
noises to kind of make it, I don't know, like
like a lot of Bruce Lee films I would see, especially in Chinese Connection. Some of the detectives would be like, and because they're speaking Cantonese, which has a lot of faster syllables. So they'd always do this extra sound afterwards. It's like, so you're going over there, huh? Are you going over there? Hey, it's always like, dang.
Yeah.
Hello, how you doing today? Konnichiwa.
Yeah, and it always makes it sillier, but like here, when you have this serious movie, you can't do that to them. You can't do that to these actors. And it was like here's a great example of another thing I watched recently. So after we watched Along with the Gods, I went back to watch Squid Game because of the actor.
Oh, who's an acolyte?
Yeah. And I the first time I watched Squid Games, I watched it in the English dub version because that was the only way I could get Sarah to watch it with me all the way through.
Fair enough. Understandable.
And I went back because I thought it was like, it's kind of silly. They make him into kind of like a silly, weak character, and he is, right? Like in the beginning.
He's very quirky.
Yeah. But if you watch the real version, the undubbed version, like it added something completely different to his performance that made his character, in my opinion, just like even more better. So
I never seen the dubbed version, so I don't know.
yeah. So I mean, like you said, it's cool that you're showing us all these different foreign films that are just showing that there's many talented actors out there who maybe don't have the Hollywood spotlight on them, but these people here in this film gave us that one hell of a performance, and the director as well. It's like Godzilla -1 with Takashi Yamazaki, who really got noticed, and now he's signed on. Hopefully Hollywood doesn't ruin him, now that he's signed on to be a part of the Hollywood films and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's good to see that these talented people are getting recognized through people like you who are helping us share it to the world, more with this channel.
And the idea came from you guys bringing Godzilla -1 love to the audience, So, shoot, team effort. But thank you. This is like my goal, and we're going to do more of these. I'm going to aim for one once a month.
Ooh.
And the next one. Super Corey has been helping me with when to have it. It was originally on the day Rebel Moon 2 was coming out, and when I found out that day, I was like, oh, what's a better date? And then thank you, Super Corey, you helped me figure it out. Trey, of course, I want you there. And but it is what it is, whatever. And I want the whole battalion here for this one as well, because this one, it's not a violent story, it's a sports film. It's about hockey. It's historical. It's about the first South Korean women's hockey team in the Olympics. So, if you like Cool Runnings, and if you liked Mighty Ducks, and you like all this foreign Asian cinema I'm giving, especially from South Korea, that's what's next. And I found the trailer, but it was a French trailer, so there's no English subtitles. I had to take it out and do whatever.
French trailer.
Yeah, but it's a wonderful story, great performance, happy uplifting feelings at the end, because this team is actually still out, going to the Olympics and all that and competing, because they're just expanding women's hockey in the East. And that's great, because before it was just junior leagues, there was no major leagues. Now there's a major league of their own I guess. And it's a great hockey movie. And
I bet that trailer in French is because of like people in Quebec.
no,
and
French
everything like
subtitles.
that. I bet you it's for the people in Quebec because it's
Oh
hockey's
yeah.
huge in Canada and obviously Quebec. They speak French, so like yeah, that's super sweet, man.
Yeah, because there's a huge fandom there
Mhm.
too. And also I want more, showcase more of the badass women characters that are in these Asian cinemas. Because there's
Mm.
also an Asian Korean sword fighting kung fu film where the lead is a woman and she just kills she's awesome. Like no one can touch her. That's on the list, but I'll explain that later. But this one is a story of like they assemble these women from one's a former actress, one is a speed line skater, one is a hockey player from the junior leagues
Mm.
and got into running and track. And they have a failed coach. And the coach is actually one of the prosecutors from Along with the Gods. He plays their like John Candy coach role. And he gets
Nice.
the women together, and then he has to teach some of them who've never held a hockey stick before how to do it. And they go to this old ice rink that's fallen apart. They use old
Yes.
men's gym or hockey gear that hasn't been washed and it smells. And then they
Oh,
really, and then they go
that-
and compete. And they try and make their way to the Olympics and championships, and they fight against China, Japan, and North Korea. That's when it gets extra hairy.
Oh,
And
yeah, I bet.
it's a great film. That's what's next. And you have to rent it, only $2 or $3 on Prime, but that's the only way available, and it is worth it. There is another streaming service, Asian one, that you could do for free, but we'll get there. And it's in April, coming soon, maybe 2 weeks from now, but I'll show a trailer at the very end of this. So that's the next one. And it's we've seen a lot of films with brotherhood. Now we're going to have some sisterhood here and hockey, and it's going to be great. That's the next one. So on
I
top
think I
of
told
that,
you this, Kojay, but hockey's like my favorite sport.
yeah, I know.
Really
That's
my
why I'm
favorite
excited.
sport.
That's why I was like, okay, when's the best,
Mhm.
perfect time to put this? Because we're going to put it at the end of the season before the Stanley Cup
Stanley.
kicks off. But
Mhm.
Rebel Moon, so we had to move it up one.
Yeah, Stanley Cup playoffs begin April 19th, April 20th, I think we said there. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, man.
Mhm.
Yeah. The Stanley Cup finals are going to be in June. So yeah, it's going to kick off the playoffs real nice.
Yeah, so thank you for that. And that's what's next in April. On top of that, we have our Super Sentai premieres on Tuesday nights. Always check that out. That's such a good time. And it's free to watch. I have all the links. But thank you, Battalion, for coming out here so much, for taking your time and renting. Oh, you're already getting into your Guardian Beast. Thank you for renting to watch this, because it's like $3 or $4, but I hope it was worth it. I believe it is. And I'll work on future ones of how you could join my Discord and just watch it that way. But the quality won't be as good. But anyways, I'm rambling. You guys have a lot of cool stuff coming up. Please let us know what's coming up.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, Corey. Go ahead and tell them what's coming up.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you.
Probably
Corey has
nothing.
nothing.
After
We're
the,
taking another break. I'm just kidding.
After the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey stream, Trey probably canceled us. So it's probably the end of the Bat channel after that. But yeah, no, we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff. Obviously, talking about Godzilla X Con coming up. Super excited about that.
Yeah.
Not sure when I'm going to go see it yet. I'm hoping for Saturday, Sunday watching of it
Me too.
sometime. Otherwise, it'll be Monday. But looking forward to talk Godzilla X Con with y'all. We're going to be talking a lot of Godzilla, that's for sure. We love Godzilla over there. Going to be talking about Acolyte pretty soon here.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that with Delta Squad. Anything I'm missing, Trey?
I also did a reaction to the Alien Romulus teaser that came out. Because I mean,
Civil War's about to come out too.
And Civil War we will be reviewing because I've being in a little bit of that industry of just movies and them coming out theatrically. a lot of buzz weirdly has been going on with this movie, and I'm kind of surprised by it because it sounds like an idea where you kind of go like, Red Dawn didn't quite have the buzz that it did, and there's been films that they've kind of done like this, but like even The Purge, didn't quite have the buzz that is starting to accumulate with Civil War. So it's very interesting to kind of see. So I'm curious about it. I think that Dad said it was like his most anticipated film of this year. So
people are hearing that drum start up.
Right. So we'll definitely be checking that out. So yeah, the Bat Channel just can continue to do reviews, reactions, breakdowns, all that fun jazz, and hanging out with our boy Kojay doing some Super Sentai. As
Can I
always.
say I'm a little sad that Godzilla X Con's out?
What's that?
I'm a little sad Godzilla X Con is out because then when we're gonna have to wait for a while for Godzilla again.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
they haven't announced any follow-ups, huh?
Well, the director says he has an idea for a third one. I don't know where they go from here. I don't want to spoil anything, but I mean, it's such a fun, wild ride of a movie that you always, with any sequel, they always kind of think, how can I go bigger and crazier than this? And I don't know where it gets to a point where you're just like, okay, settle down now.
Space Godzilla.
Right, yeah. Space Godzilla would be cool. It's a solid movie though. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Help support it, because if you want more MonsterVerse, that's the way to go, and if we could make this movie the number one MonsterVerse film over, they haven't beaten Godzilla 2014's box office, and we're 10 years later, so it'd be awesome if we could get back to that level of hype and that level of success. If you don't believe me, believe the audience score. The audience score is still at 90%. So,
that's always what matters.
Yeah.
I don't see movies with critics. I see it with my friends.
Exactly. Yeah. Never. I mean, the critics are always rough on these things because they don't think. Well, I mean, they thought Godzilla.
They want you to read their article. Really, that's what it's about. And keep
exactly, reading. And they know they're going to piss off the fans, and they're going to be like, "What did they say?" And they're going to retweet and be like, "This article is full of it," and they're going to spread news. But don't listen to them. Listen to yourself. If you're interested, go check it out. If you want to hear a spoiler-free review about it tomorrow, then do that. And we'll tell you if it's worth it or not. I mean, probably could guess how I'm talking about it, but do it.
Hell yeah. Like and subscribe to my brothers here. Like and subscribe here to me. And I'll see you next time for this. And we're going to keep doing this and have fun. Again, thank you so much, everybody who came through. Ill Blurred, Matic, Zod Rider, you guys come through. Integrity, we got Beyond the Night. Joker's Wild, Trevor H, 9 Lives, Oracles. I'm always glad to see our sisters. And the Wayne Enterprises, Joker's Wild. Did I miss anyone? I hope I did not. Everybody's here. Trevor H, I think I said that. There we go. Everything's coming together. Yeah, I'm so glad to see you guys. And I'm going to give you a trailer as we go for the next watch party. And I'll see you next time. Very happy y'all had a good time here. Much love. God bless. And like I said, I'll see you next time. Have a good night.
Peace.
And here we go. Wait, here's the go. Right video. Ha!
쓸 때는 딱 맞았는데.
할만한 사람 없냐? 선수가 없다, 선수가.
한국에서 선수할 생각 없습니다. 아이스 하키?
자, 우리 선수들 다 모였나?
이거 어떻게 입어? 아우.
뭐 냄새가 나봤자 얼마나 난다고.
20년 빙상 인생에 이런 데가 있는 줄은 처음 알았는데. 여름 진짜 녹는 거 아니야 이거?
부담 갖지 말고 그냥 가볍게 한번 푹 한번 쳐봐 그냥. 푹 쳐가지고 골대까지 가야 된다니까.
니들이 국가를 대표한다는 게 말이 되니? 니들은 병풍이야, 병풍.
여기까지 어떻게 왔는데? 우리가 지금 왜 져? 같이 가자.
쓸어버리자.
대한민국 일어나야 됩니다.